What do you know about global citizen?
It's someone who is identified foremost, not as the members of a single community or nation, but as the ideas on the human beings that and who is ready to make the positive, the difference and the changes in society and for the humanity as well.
Do you think you're a global citizen?
I do, yes, absolutely.
Let's begin.
Wait, what? 356 million children globally were living in poverty? That's significant.
What is he wearing? A dress? Why I suppose he doesn't have anything to wear, so I have to take clothes from his sister, or even the rubbish bin next to him, like that way where the dress come from, which is a bit of a bummer.
A kid sitting on the garbage park behind him looks at the camera with a rather big-wide expression and simultaneously cannot hide the sadness. And that were the moments I realized how underprivileged and impoverished they are.
As far as I know, women in some African countries do not be treated well. As you can see, there are only 3 women in charge of the laundry, but look at the amount of clothes they have. It's huge. Also, what's more heartbreaking is that clothes laid on the filthy muddy ground will be put on the people in that unknown area.
Poverty in South Africa. At first glance I thought it was Vietnam because of the resemblance with rusty toes and houses built contiguously and clothes hanging on a wire and tangled electric wire upon the sky. I think it's the typical features of poverty in whatever places.
Just look at this rubbish and the colored water as well. I don't think there's a swim in it, and this little guy right here looks like he's about to sink.
Filipino children swim in the rivers at the Navota cities, north of Manila. Manila is also where I come from, where they brought the death and the disease carpentering from material they can recycle to earn £2 a day. I don't know Manila is something that's tragic. The rivers is completely polluted and totally blackened, and 3 even more girls swim in this just to get £2 a day. Unbelievable.
Why should I care more about the global poor than the neighborhood poor? That means not only for altruistic reasons. It will be better for everyone in the long run if we care more about the global poor. With less poverty, finance will be more stable, creating more innovations and creativities in science and technologies, which results in a better community. Afterwards, we can start addressing bigger issues like climate change or pollution along with the others.
Tough question. We would choose to end the global poverty since this might enable more research to come up with the workarounds for the bigger problem, the climate change in this case.
Ending global poverty. As for model reasons and relying on the extent of the matter, climate change results from the material and technical facilities having not achieved a certain level in order to reduce the factors causing climate change. Accordingly, when we end poverty worldwide, everyone has the chance to study and the opportunity to contribute their wisdom to solve greater problems, climate change in this case.
Tell us, what is your general thoughts about things big you?
When I saw the pictures of 3 determined children, I couldn't help myself but be emotional, and the fact they are also from the Philippines were really touching and moved myself to tears. In terms of the humanitarianism, we have to kick the extreme poverty of the landmass. With just a few dung, a food can be put in the children daily. A couple thousand hungry dung a month will give them a proper education to empower them to get out of this horrible poverty.
I don't think it has gone that far. I mean, I've seen this sort of problem before through social media and other means of communication, but it was probably medium common. And these are all another level. Therefore, global citizens have to be active and play their roles. Global citizens are not created, they are people who've already existed and they need someone like us to engage them. That's it.
What we need to do right now is to act immediately. We cannot just stand there and wait for the government, the philanthropists, NGOs to do the part. We must be part of a solution, part of a movement. Lots of people are ready to take action, just they don't know how and what they're going to do. So they must be supported by us, to help the poor, to show them our sympathy, to give them safer place to live and to grow up.
The future depends on what we do today, and today we become global citizens.